I have a question.
Talk to me.
So let's say you one day magically get into a relationship, right?
Right.
We don't, for whatever reason, if it ever happens.
Right.
And you get with a woman who is quite opinionated.
Yeah.
Are you going to let her take charge sometimes? Are you going to let her finish her sentence? Or are you going to be a person that kind of like cuts it off and steps in front?
Any woman that I'm going to engage with on that level that's called my woman, like girlfriend, she's going to be able to have say in what we do. She's going to be able to give her opinion and about things for sure. That's why she's there. This is my right-hand man. No homo sapien on the man part, but this is my sidekick. This is my partner. This is my everything. So if it's something she has an opinion on, of course, as long as it ain't disrespectful or just, downgrading whatever I'm thinking or doing, we ain't accepting that. But if it's an opinion, oh, baby, I appreciate that. She should be my extra set of eyes. She should be my second brain at times. So I got to put that into my process if she brings that to me. But once again, as long as it ain't coming from a disrespectful manner, I'm with that for sure. Got to be. Why else I'm a picker? And plus, I love smart women. That's one of my favorite attributes of having a woman that's creative and smart amongst beauty and all that. I hold those at the highest regard because talking to me, if you ain't smart, it's going to be brutal after a while because I ain't going to take it. I'm like, damn, it's slow. I can't for her. So, yeah, I need that for sure.
Okay, let's rate. You got a 10 total, right?
Yeah.
A scale of 10. And you got humor.
Yep.
Personality. And looks.
Right.
Like those three. Actually, not humor. Let's say
intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So intelligence, beauty, and personality.
Yeah, but you got 10 points.
10 points.
How are you dividing out that 10 points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Let me break it down to the nucleus. For sure, it's gonna be heavy on for my girl. It's definitely gonna be
for
heavy.
Your woman.
Yeah, my woman. It's gonna be heavy on it. It's gonna be the most points to the intellectual and the smart. Because without the other,
so most points as in what?
Yeah,
5.
Yeah. So I give 5 to that, 3 to beauty, and then 2 to the personality. Because I got the personality. I just need you smart to understand my jokes, understand my brilliance, and laugh and
so
agree with me.
So can she sit in the background with the 2 personalities? She either going to be really, really, really shy,
right,
or just socially awkward.
Yeah. My girl, she's gonna sit there and be quiet. She's around me. She's gonna sit there and be quiet, be chill. That's how she's gonna be. Every girl I ever took serious like that, it was for the most part. This ain't her. This ain't your situation. Relax. You know what I mean? There ain't time for that. If it's time for that, it will be. But initially, if you coming in, like, okay, if they was coming into the podcast, right?
Right.
They gonna sit there and be calm and cool. You know what I mean? It's unnecessary to know all these people like that. There ain't time for that. You can introduce yourself, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, you don't be here. Oh, yeah, I was thinking that. Calm the yeah. See, I'm trying to tell you. No. She's going to be calm and cool. And if she got some input, like, I think when we leave later, I think you should ask this question, blah, blah. Later on. Don't be in here saying, oh, you should have did it. What? Doing too much. But later on, we can have that conversation in private. That's how we grow. But in person, in front of everybody, we gonna keep it real structured.
So you think it's an issue like that you don't want that to happen in front of people? Do you think that stems from insecurity sometimes? I'm not just talking about you, but in men in general. Because a lot of men have that opinion. Like they're like you see all these TikToks with people like these women recording their man like kissing them like, as soon as they're home. And then they show the camera and the guys are like
Yeah. Even though that's fake, we know that's fake. But,
obviously, but it goes like there is some truth to it, though.
Oh, for
because
sure.
Men don't really like. They be all mushy, like, oh, I love you so much.
Behind closed doors.
As soon as they go outside, they're like, man, sit down.
Oh, yeah. It all depends on the guy. If a guy is a physical touch guy, like that's his acts of service, like, you know what I mean? If he's a physical touch guy, most of them don't care. PDA or behind closed doors, if they're into that. I'm not a person that's into that, closed doors or out in the open. So I'm not with none of that anyway. I know. I'm really not into that, really. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that comes from other things. So I'm not going to be one way and another way. But a lot of guys are the way because they are insecure and they're not confident in themselves and they're not real with themselves because most human beings aren't authentically them. So when you got to be authentic, that's when it becomes a problem. and they can't transition from behind closed doors into the open. That's weird to me. Like if I was a touchy-feely on my girl and all that, we're gonna be same way in public. What's up, baby? Yeah, pick it up. I'm gonna get I don't care. If I'm on that, I'm on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm more so, I do it for the camera for people. Like, I go crazy, but he turn the camera off. Bro, I'm calm. How you doing?
Turn the camera off.
Right. I was doing that when I was interviewing Selena. She was saying that, like, you never talk to me like that. It's my job.
Right.
In real life, I'm calm and cool. Yeah, God bless you. I'm not on that for real. You know what I'm saying?
No, I've known that since the beginning.
Of course. You already know. You already know the deal. But, yes, I feel like it's an unauthentic thing, and people are not real with themselves, and they should be. You know what I'm saying? I think so.
I agree.
Yeah.
But that's hard to find, though.
I agree, too. So, listen, you went kind of viral, right, last time we was on here, the first time.
I know. What was that about, guys?
You was going crazy. People loved you. I'm not going to lie. So I'm like, man, I got to bring her back. And it was one I saw on Twitter that they was like, some guys understood it, some didn't. You know, they were saying that you're a mud shark. You know what that is?
A mud shark?
Yeah.
No.
That's disrespectful. They're saying you only, like you just dance in the mud with the blacks, and that's it. You only mess with black guys. And
dancing in the mud?
They're like you swim in the mud.
Okay, just if you don't know and if you haven't seen this, I'm originally from Denmark.
Break it down.
And I don't understand necessarily every slang and stuff that is happening and sayings and stuff. So please enlighten me.
Yeah, they would have said like you're a shark, but you only swim in the dark side. You know what I'm saying? So that it's really just it's a good side to be, right?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Why would you be in the dark and the deep?
Yeah.
Yeah, you too goddamn.
Trying to catch the good fish.
Trying to get the big cool down. But see, I don't put that on you because you're from a different country. So it's kind of different in my eyes. When it be like a white chick here that's just Americanized, trying to be ghetto and all that, wear Air Jordans and wear a hat to the side like this here and goddamn bump Gucci Man and you know what I'm saying, and Escalade and all that goofball. That's the women like the hood rat white ones. I don't understand that. But you're from goddamn Denmark.
Right.
That's different.
If you say Sweden,
I was about to say Sweden.
I will swing.
Okay, don't swing on me. I almost said Sweden, but I focus on them eyes, and I like the blue eyes. That mean Denmark.
Right.
Bang. So, so how do you feel about that when people say you're a mud shark, you only date black guys, you like swimming in the mud?
I mean, first of all, a shark is pretty dangerous, so watch your mouth.
Great white.
Mm-hmm.
Great white.
Second of all, like to me, I know you kind of said that it was not nice. To me, I don't really care. They don't live my life. They can please talk about me. The more you talk about me, the more views I get, the more money I get and everything. So keep running your mouth. I love it. Yeah. In terms of like all these things, there was a very harsh reaction to some of the things that I said. And like I just said before, like the way sometimes I communicate and the way I say and explain things can come off wrong.
Right.
I don't intend to in any way, shape, or form. I just speak on my own kind of like foreign brain. I still, sometimes translate Danish direct to English. And it can come off like, wrong, or I don't really have ever had any like racist comments to me ever.
That's good.
I try to be very careful because obviously I know it's like a soft little subject.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also want to normalize it. I want to normalize to fall in love and like what you like.
Right.
Regardless if it's the height, the color, the teeth, the personality, the intelligence, it shouldn't really matter to me. But I also recognize that I am on the other side of the spectrum. Like I'm super extreme.
Yes.
And that can be off-putting to a lot of people.
Most definitely.
I understand that.
But you're, I mean, end of the day, I like to keep it real. Like when you're a person that have all these extra attributes that you deserve what you deserve and like what you like. There'd be a lot of people that don't have these certain attributes that think they deserve these type of people or these type of environments. You haven't worked for that. You haven't earned it, and you don't have the DNA.
Yeah, I mean, I look the way that I look, and I know for a fact I look amazing next to a black man.
Ooh,
it's just what it
is. I agree with you.
Right.
That's where you belong. You belong right next to a black man. You hear me?
Yeah.
Grabbing that ass from the back with the middle finger going where they supposed to go. You hear me?
Take me home.
You hear me? Take you home, huh?
I mean, like I said in the first episode, if you haven't watched the first episode we did together, go watch it. To touch on it a little bit, I did talk a little bit about like the cultural differences and, compared white to black back home, all these things. And that is just, as much as I love like the look of a black man, it is a lot from background and the culture behind it, like the work ethic, the hustle, like all these things really just, as much as people want to focus on the fact that they're black and they have a different skin tone than me, I am looking beyond that.
What are you looking at, Simone?
Deeper than that.
How
like I said, the culture, the upbringing, the language.
Come on now.
Whatever,
you like that slang, how we adjust our words, ebonics. You like that?
All of that. And like
Isn't
I said,
it charismatic?
The music, the movies,
keep going.
the style.
Keep going. Don't stop now. We got enough time to keep. Ooh, the haircuts? God damn, what else?
Do you know what? Like for years, right? I never was into dreads.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like they're growing on
now she liking dreads out there, mother. Man, the natural man. Shout out to Bob Marley, you nappy head mother. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
No, I mean certain things. Obviously, I feel like that's something we do not see that home. Dreads? Yeah. No, I don't think people know what that is back home. Really.
Think got some goddamn turds. He got his head, goddamn, call the ambulance. Help him roll. He got his head. No,
like, it's crazy. There's a big culture difference. But all these things I'm, like, starting to learn and pick up on and stuff. And I remember when I saw dreads for the first time in person, I was like, why did you not brush your hair?
Right.
You know, to me, I was like, suspicious. And then that was a whole hairstyle. I did not know that. I thought it was just,
like a spiritual undertones to it too.
But now that is growing on me with a bunch of other things, obviously.
Yeah, what else, huh? What else you like, huh?
I mean, no, I feel like I mentioned a lot. But
you did. I
to
want
me,
it all, though.
First and foremost is the mentality. Yeah. To me, like but I'm also like myself, I'm on the opposite side. Yeah. Like I'm completely opposite from a black American man. I'm a white, foreign, small town, Danish girl who,
worship the gods of the earth. Come on now.
Right. We don't really see it too often. And we're like very tucked away, a very protected country. In that sense, we don't get a lot of exposure.
Right.
To other things. Like when something goes viral here, it goes viral back home 3 months later. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, slow.
Yeah, we're behind on a lot of things, and I think I was like that for years until I got here. I was like,
You like all this,
rather nice. So.
Yeah. Dr. Umar, kiss my ass. We got good whites here.
Everybody's talking
about Dr. Umar. Hey, Dr. Umar, we want our whites over here.
I swear.
This is my white woman. She belong to me. She like us blacks. We ain't letting her go. She belong with us, and you were one or two. Shut up. So, because she understand that the black man plight. You're not understanding the elements she just said. Like, it's bigger than, of course, you like the physical, you like the hip-hop culture and all that, but you're talking about 400 years of being enslaved to all this propaganda and all these laws trying to hold us back, welfare, and, you know what I'm saying, there's so much stuff that was put up against us, and we kept fighting, kept growing, and we're still going. It's still new. We really been free to run around. I always say this all the time since like 1980s. These white folks had a 400-year head start. This is true. This ain't make-believe. A 400-year head start. Let us get 400 years and see where we at. You know what I'm saying? We just getting the hang of this thing. But look at us though. And we
rapid fire.
Rapid fire. And once we start owning all the things we create and all the things we mastered, now watch the difference. And that's what's going on. So stay tuned, man. So she understands that. I don't know why y'all mad at that. That's a beautiful thing. No one's saying y'all not nothing.
I mean, I'm trying. Obviously, I'm white, so I can never fully understand, but I'm trying to somewhat get the best
I like that
understanding that I possibly can be. And I'm also aware that ignorance is still going to be there. It's always going to be there. Just because of my upbringing, I cannot learn everything overnight. Yeah. But I feel like I'm trying my very best to just be open-minded and have